Hello everyone, I am Benjamin Contreras and I have returned for another episode of the Jasper Cat Production Show. And today I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different in terms of my reviewing. For those of you who want to know, the next review I'm going to be doing after this one is going to be the next in my Kirby unboxing amiibo little series that I'm doing. So, but until then, I wanted to make this review because I just got this yesterday, and it is this. This is the 2016 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie Red Ranger from the original Power Rangers movie from 1995, and I found this just yesterday when me and my dad were at Toys R Us. I had no idea that these were a thing, but I was really interested in this, so I picked it up and I decided I'm going to be doing a review of it. So here is what the box looks like. It's a lot different compared to other boxes that you would see in a Power Rangers figure. As you can see, it's actually in a triangular sort of shape rather than just having like a flat square kind of shape to it. You can see the figure inside. You can see the Power Rangers movie logo. You could also see the on the bottom here. You can see, I believe that was one of the earlier promotional posters for the movie. Under here, this sort of gold pattern. It says Red Ranger on there. This purple circle right there says that it was from the original 1995 movie, but I've already told you that. And here you can only find it at any sort of Toys R Us. And on the back it gives us the story of the movie. Over here you can see basically a bit of a biography of the character that was in the movie, his name, the weapon he actually has, his Zord, and a little bit about the character. And right next to it you can see all the other figures in the line. You have the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger, the Blue Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, Pink Ranger, White Ranger, and the main villain of the movie, Ivan Ooze. So as a whole, I actually really like this design in terms of a box. It feels like it's a box that would actually be from a Power Ranger figure from way back in the day, because, like I said, normally for Power Rangers figures for more of the recent series like Super Mega Force and Dino Charge and those sort of ones that have been happening more recently, they just have that sort of basic kind of box shape to it. But I really like how they made this look different. Now I've already taken this out of the box yesterday because I wanted to see how the figure was, but I decided to put it back in, and the way you open it is that there are two pieces of tape that were here, and when you cut those you can open this part up, open this part up, and open that part up, and you take this out. And let me just close this back again, and now we can see a bit more of the background that's in the box. If this thing wants to close, you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has it's like a purple colored background with a sort of dotted pattern on it. I really like that sort of attention to detail. I'm not sure why they chose purple in particular, but it still looks nice either way. Now, let's take a look at what the accessories that he comes with. You have the figure itself, you have the holster for his weapon that goes on his belt, you have the weapon itself, and you also got his visor helmet that he used in only for like a few minutes near the beginning of the movie. But yeah, the accessories are pretty good and are accurate to what they had in the film, but I'll discuss more on that once I talk more about the figure once I get it out of its packaging. It doesn't take too long to take these out. They come out with little to no stress, so you can just put that right there. And we have the figure itself in its Power Ranger Mighty Morphin Glory. And I will attach, you see there's this little nub right here, and that goes into a hole that is on the left side of his belt. So if we connect that, then this will be right here. Cats are fighting right now in the background. You take the weapon, you can place it in the holster like that, and I'm not going to actually try to replace his head, because I'm sort of paranoid about the idea that this thing could just tear off, and the joint that connects it from the neck to the head would probably come up with that. So yeah, if you want to see what it would look like, that's pretty much what it would look like. Yeah, I actually like the design of the visor helmet. I'm pretty sure that's not its official name. It's called, I think it's called the Power Scope. I think that's what it's called. It's either this or that's the name of the weapon. I'm not quite sure though. But yeah, I always liked this type of helmet design. It looks pretty cool. But now let's get into detail. The detail on this guy is actually very, very good, and it is very accurate to how the suits were in the movie, because the actual suits are very different compared to the spandex designs that they actually used for the TV show. Because in the movie they had a more of a armor style to it, and it had a lot more patterns, and as you can see right here, there's only one white diamond on his chest plate, on his chest piece, as opposed to the 3 that would normally be on there. But the core design of the suit itself is still accurate to the show. The only difference is that there's a lot more of an armor pattern to it, like I said. And from what I heard, that these type of suits were extremely heavy and were a huge pain to move around and fight in. Because I'm not sure what material they used, but I heard it was a pain to move around in. So the detail on this guy is indeed very good. So yeah, that's an A+ in my book. So now let's move on to its articulation. The head can turn a full 360. It can move slightly down, it can move slightly up, not a whole lot though, and it can also kind of go side to side. There's no movement in the waist. There is a movement in the shoulders. You can make his arms go full 360. You can kind of move his arms upward to the side, but the shoulder pads here kind of prevent it from going any farther. But usually that's sort of the norm for American toys compared to like Japanese toys, because those things are like articulated to the max. So both his elbows can move on their own. There's no real other movement in the arms. The hand itself is on a joint, so that can turn a full 360. And as for the legs can move. They don't necessarily go straight, but they can. That's pretty much far enough. If you move his arm, you can see that his leg can go all the way up like that. He has movement in the knee, and he also has movement in his foot, and he also has a sort of a heel joint, but it's the end on this part of his shoe right here prevents it from really going too far. So the articulation on this guy is actually very good for this kind of for a figure like this. Unfortunately, this is the only one of the figures of these that I have. I would get one of my older figures, but I think